Hi, how's it going? I'm Bjorn. So I'm going to do a quick demo and I'm going to compare pencil measurement, which is traditionally taught in colleges, with the proportional divider. Both tools are going to help you get at correct proportions. And I've got a subject matter. It's relatively simple, and yet in a way it's complex because the height to width disparity is substantial, and the more height to width difference there is, the more likely or more difficult it is to get the right dimensions. And it's not about arriving at the perfect dimensions right off the bat, but what you can do at this stage is actually find out if you're close, if you're going in the right direction. And that's what we're trying to find out. It'll give you a lot of confidence when you find out that, yeah, you're doing the right thing. Okay, here's the top. So here's the top, here's the bottom. Let's see how the height compares to the width. And we'll do it first using pencil measurement. Key is you hold your arm straight out. Okay, so this is not perfect, but I'm trying to give you an idea how it works. So my measurement and alignments is really hard to do in front of the camera. But you can see 1, 2, gets up. In my view, it was actually a little less than 2.5. Under 2.5. It looks like 2.5 minus, I'll say. Okay. The fact is that's one of the weaknesses of pencil measurement. The first weakness is that every time you move it for another measuring point, there's a good chance you're not being perfect, okay? It's not perfect. The other problem is you arrive at a fraction, okay? And that's almost impossible to get right. There's a lot of personal judgment that comes in at this point. So it's a little under 2.5. Hopefully, you know, it'll get us close, okay? But I do think there's a better way to do it. Let's check now. And let's see where we're at on the drawing, okay? So we get the width, there it is. Now we'll go down to the bottom. 1, 2, looks like we're a little bit short. Looks like we could probably come up here as the overall length, as the overall height as compared to the width. And I look at it, this is what I always do. Oh, you know what, it looks like most of the problem could actually be up here in the nozzle. Okay, that makes it easy. But what's really cool is once you measure something, you can find out later. You want to look and see it. That's how you teach yourself. Now I'm going to do the same kind of checking with the proportional divider. And the first thing we're going to do is get the width. So with the large end of the dividers, we check the width of our actual drawing. Now we're going to see how the height compares to that. Now I have to, in the small end, make the width of the bottle fit. There it is. Okay, now we get a close-up here, and as you can see, I'm getting the width in the small end of the dividers. I'm going to turn it, going to adjust the dividers, get the height in relationship, and then transfer it over. That's all there is to it. All right. Pretty darn close. So there we go. Both arrived at the same end, more or less, right? I think actually the more complex the drawing or the subject, the more that this is going to come in handy, because it's one step to measure instead of multiple steps, as with the pencil. They're both valuable tools, and they'll both help in getting the right proportions, but I do think the proportional divider is going to get you there a little quicker and more accurately. Hey, thanks for watching. Bye.